Hello everyone and welcome back to another Outlast Trials playthrough. Today we're doing Cleanse the Orphans in the Outlast Trials, and this is another it's a relatively easy trial. It was one I struggled to do when I first started playing the game. There's a few steps in it that are kind of a bit difficult, but all in all it should be okay, and I'll just let this play out and we'll get into it.
Punish the children, and we will let you out.
So yeah, this takes place in a level called the Fun Fair, or the Fun Factory, or the Carnival, or whichever you want to call it, Fun Park. And basically we have to win tickets in carnival games to get into another kind of facility. So we'll see it as we get into the trial here. There's not too much going on in this. It isn't too difficult. We'll be introduced to one or two new mechanics in the game, but nothing too complicated. So yeah, you just follow the path I'm taking out to kind of make your way forward, and this kind of gets the trial started. I'm just, as usual, I'm just going around kind of gathering things I'll need, keeping myself with plenty of projectiles. So yeah, just keep following where I'm going, and we have to make our way into a diner. Make note of that map that I just looked at, because we're going to need it in this trial. So when we enter this diner, we see we're going to have to throw some hearts in little pots at a target that we're going to see here now. And this is kind of like the little tutorial we have to look at, but it's going to set the premise for what we're going to be doing in the next step. So take these hearts, take as many as you can, and we basically have to get 3 tickets. And how we get those 3 tickets is by playing, I'll just pause it here, just need to go back there. Sorry. So but yeah, how we get those tickets is by playing 3 different games throughout the carnival. And when we win those games, we'll get a ticket from each of them. And how you win those games is you just have to throw projectiles or the hearts at different targets, and then the ticket booth will open and we take the ticket out of it. So 3 different games will light up on these maps. See these little lights here? They'll light up, and those are the games we have to play. But I kind of run away from the map. But I think I come back. Maybe I come back to it, and I can actually see where we have to go. So yeah, as you can see here, I'm here. We just have to play one here, here, and here. And it can be slightly confusing when you start playing the game. You might know. I forget how I get on in this one, but just try and keep focused on where you are relative to the games, and you should be fine. It's not too difficult of a step, especially on the easier difficulties. But here's one of the games here already. I don't know if I should go to it. No, I completely avoided like an idiot. But they're not too difficult to find. Hopefully I don't waste too much time here. Again, sometimes I record this footage a good bit back, but I do get it done. So here I am looking at the map again, but we do get it done eventually, I promise. Yeah, so these doors with the stars on them, they also show you where you need to play the games. So this is one of them here. So I just have to hit 3 targets with the organs, or like a brick or a bottle, and then I can get the ticket out of that booth, that little ticket machine in the middle. And then I get absolutely hit by some guy here. I miss. Great start. but you get the general idea. And just, you know, learning off where these kind of games are, it's just kind of trial and error. You just, the more you play the trial, the better you learn it. And obviously trying to do it without enemies killing you as well is another challenge in itself. But here we go again, I'll give it another go here. And I get it. So now I just have to run into the room, get the ticket, and that's like the first one done. But most, like, the games just follow the same premise. You just have to like hit targets in a booth, and then that's basically it. So I think I'll just let this gameplay play along. You can just get an idea as to what you have to do, and I'll catch up with you then when we're on the next part of the trial. Alright, so after we won all those games, we just insert the final ticket and into the root canal we go. On the next part of this trial, we just basically have to push a boat with a few kids in it, well, mannequins of children, to the very end of the trial. That's like the main thing we're doing here. It's a bit like Kill the Snitch. You basically have to like send something to the very end, and then there's kind of like something you have to do at the end. But there's a few steps along the way that we're going to have to do a few objectives, and there'll be kind of another little Outlast trials mechanic that we're going to be introduced to that we'll see in like other trials as well, but I'll explain that more when we get to the part. So we just have to push this along now. You're going to see there's like a toothbrush blocking us, and we have to like deactivate the traps. So as soon as I get this dickhead off me, I'll show you what we have to do here. So to deactivate these barriers, there's traps we have to like kind of disarm. So the traps start here. So there's two we have to disarm. And basically what we do is we have to follow these wires to a battery in a wall. And when we reach that battery, we just have to disarm it. And you'll see that we have to do this in a few trials in the game. So this is a new mechanic. So it's pretty easy. Just literally follow the wires. The only thing that can make this difficult is if there's like a lot of enemies around you and you're like trying to follow something. It can make it very, very annoying. But here it'll be easy enough. So I'm following the wire and I just have to disarm it here. And be sure to use these batteries as well. You can use these batteries. And we just have to do one more and then we can move on to the next part. So we just do the same, follow the wire to the final trap, and then we can move on. Just do everything I can to avoid enemies. if you're ever doing anything like this, I think I might have mentioned it in Kill the Snitch, but when you're pushing anything, if you have an adrenaline shot on you, it's great because, especially if your character isn't upgraded, you'll run out of stamina very, very quickly. And you won't be able to push the whatever you're pushing as quickly. Whereas if you just have stamina, you can just, or if you have adrenaline, you can just push it for like ages before you actually get tired. So it's worth factoring that in. But yeah, there's a way you can make it through that fire without getting damaged, but I don't try because I haven't even mastered that yet. But we just have to make it up to the next part. Just follow the path that I'm kind of going here. It can be quite confusing trying to get up here, but you'll get it eventually. Again, like I said before, a lot of this is just like learning off the maps, playing them as much as you can and getting good at them. And once you do that, you'll just be able to do these trials so quickly. There's certain maps where like I'm about a year playing this game now, and like I still struggle to like find certain things or where to go. So yeah, a lot of it is trial and error. These maps are made, and I'm sure it's intentional to be like really confusing. But yeah, once you kind of find the stairs, there's a secret room there. Once you find these stairs, they kind of get you up to the next level. Do I get the secret room? I think I do. Sometimes when I can't find the other button, I just say fucking and move on. Because at the same time, I don't want to be wasting time with these videos as well. I just want to like make it a proper tutorial, but I hope I don't get this room because it looks like I'm struggling to find the button. I just saw it there on the right actually. I don't think I noticed it, but yeah, I saw the button there, the other button. I do a bit of dilly-dallying here, but I eventually go to where I want to go. There's that psychosis guy again. And I'm in full psychosis there, lovely. It's annoying, sometimes with these tutorials, just certain things get in the way, but... And every fucking door is like blocked. But anyway, up we go again. So now we're reunited with our boat, and we just have to do the same thing again. We just have to deactivate a few more traps following the blue wire to the batteries. So yeah, it's more or less the same as like the first part. And there we go. And now we're on to kind of the final, not complicated part, but part where there's a bit of like, you have to kind of pay attention. On standard difficulty it isn't too difficult, but when you're playing on the harder difficulties, it's pissed me off a few times. Okay, so I'll wait for the perfect time to pause. Hopefully I look at the barriers. So yeah, as you can see, there's two pipes here called A and D. So basically we have to raise the water levels of these pipes. And to do them, which we're going to see here, we have to we have to go to the pump room and then follow the pipe to the right valve. So we'll see that more as we go along. Now, the more people you're playing with, the more pipes you'll have to do. Sometimes it's 2, like I'm doing now, but then there's other times where it'll be 4. You'll have A, B, C, and D. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow one of these pipes. So first I pick letter A. So we have to follow this yellow pipe to the pump room. So now we're in the pump room of A. So now we have to follow this little pipe along the ground to get to the right valve. Because there's lots of valves throughout the map. And if we turn the wrong valve will take damage, like kind of the key step and kill the snitch. So we really want to make sure we're paying attention to where the pipe goes, because this pipe will bring us to the right valve. I don't think I make any mistakes in this part here, but really pay attention to like where you're going, because you'll find that it loops a lot. It'll be going through like other pipes, it'll be going into like little buildings, it'll loop back out. Like you really have to pay attention to where it's going. I think I have it here. Yeah, thank God. That would look really stupid if I got it wrong. But when you're doing this, you'll have enemies after you, which can really, really fuck up your progress, and it'll distract you. But if you just pay attention, hide when enemies come, use your rigs if you have them, you should be able to do this part pretty quick. And if you're playing with multiple people, you know, 2 of you can do like A and B, then the other 2 can do C and D. You'll work out ways you can do it. But just don't panic, and just take your time with it as well. And then I'm just going to do the exact same thing with D. I'm going to go to the pump room, like that central room where the pipes are, and then follow the little pipe underground to the valve, and then that'll be the step over. So I'm just going to let that play out, and that'll get us through this part. And then that's basically that step done, guys. So we just have to make it back to the boat and push it onto what will be the final part of the trial. So when you think of it, it's not too much, like there's not too much going on. It's just literally doing the fun fair part, getting into the canal, the root canal, disarming the traps, the pipes, and then we get into the final part, which is quite easy. And then here we go. So you see, I have my adrenaline here that I'm going to use to push, but I actually don't really need it because we're just going to send it down there anyway. You can see me. I was tempted to go down there and try and like get through the fire, but I didn't do it in the end. But just follow the path I'm taking, and then we can get down to the final part of the trial. And this prick. But basically in this final part, what we have to do is we just have to push these children, quote unquote, into a big grinder, and then that's the trial basically done. I do it pretty easily here, but it takes time to like actually push them into the grinder and completely like destroy the boat. But you'll have to do this on higher difficulties when there's more enemies around. But here I just do it like in one go. So this is basically it here. This is like the final part. So that's basically that. No enemies spawning, but you'll have someone spawning out to my left, usually on higher difficulties, but this is just pretty chill. And then that's basically it then. And what we're just doing then is running to the end of the trial as per usual. We just have to head back to the starting point that we were at, that we came into the trial in. And that's it. So again, if you did enjoy this video, please do let me know. Let me know if there's anything you didn't like about the video, and if there's anything you'd like to see me improve on. And yeah, thank you very much guys. I'm just gonna let the rest of this play out, and I'll see you in the next one.